Bleacher Report just dropped their top 100 NBA players of all time list, and they left Kobe Bryant outside of the top 10. Let that sink in. And today, we're calling that out. Not with emotion, but with facts. Let's unpack their reasoning and break down why they got this wrong. Before we get to the numbers, let's talk resume. 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 1 regular season MVP, 15 All-NBA selection with 11 first teams, 12 All-Defense, which is the most all-time for a guard, 18-time All-Star, 4-time All-Star Game MVP, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-time scoring champion, over 33,000 points, which is 4th all-time. He had 4 straight 50-point games in 2007, and there was 10 months throughout his career where he averaged 30 points. At the time of his retirement, he was 2nd all-time in playoff points. Yeah, Kobe Bryant was pretty good at basketball. Bleacher Report claims Kobe doesn't belong in the top 10 because he never led the league in advanced metrics like bots plus minus or player efficiency rating, PER, or MVP shares. Okay, but here's the thing. Kobe is 12th all-time in MVP shares. And the gap between him and 10th, Karl Malone, just 0.09 sits. I'm going to say that again. 0.09 sits. And by that logic, Tim Duncan shouldn't be in the top 10 either because he's also outside the top 10 in MVP shares. And Steph Curry, who they put one spot above Kobe, he's 22nd in MVP shares. PER? Sure, Kobe never led the league, but neither did Magic Johnson or Tim Duncan, both top 10 on their list. And if we want to be real, Kobe almost did lead the league in PER in 2006. The league leader, Dirk Nowitzki, had a PER of 28.1. Kobe finished 3rd at 28.0. So the narrative that he never dominates statistically is misleading at best. Then they go on to say, Kobe didn't wear the league's best player belt for long enough. But let's look at their own top 10. Magic Johnson won his reigns next to Kareem, James Worthy, and Michael Cooper. Shaq, Kobe's former teammate, got his 4th reign in Miami as Dwayne Wade won Finals MVP. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker won Finals MVP in 2007. And Steph Curry, it took him till his 4th reign to finally get a Finals MVP. So why is only Kobe penalized for sharing the spotlight? Let's also not forget, Kobe in his 5 reigns led the final series in scoring in all but one time, and that includes with Shaq. And after Shaq left, Kobe led the Lakers to 3 straight finals, 2 championships, and 2 Finals MVPs. How was that not enough? They say Shaq was the leader of those early 2000s Laker teams. Sure, but here's what they don't tell you. In the 2001 playoffs, Kobe had a higher value over replacement player than Shaq. Kobe, 1.5, Shaq, 1.4. Let's not ignore context. Peak Shaq was going up against the likes of Rick Smits and Todd McCulloch. You'd better run the offense through him. But after Shaq left, Kobe proved he wasn't some tag-along. He was the engine. In the 2009 playoffs, he scored 30 points or more in 15 of 23 games, and he dropped 40 points 4 times. In the finals versus Orlando, he averaged 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. In 2010, he swept Utah in the Western Conference semifinals, dropping 30 points every game. In the finals versus Boston, he averaged 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. If Kobe hadn't landed in LA alongside Shaq. This next one, the tried and true, when you don't have any real evidence, the classic hypotheticals. That's not analysis. That's a fantasy novel. So, we're penalizing Kobe for being drafted to a great situation. By that logic, every player who benefited from teammates or good franchises should also be downgraded. LeBron wouldn't have any reigns without D. Wade or Kyrie. Curry doesn't get 4 reigns without Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant. Jordan doesn't get his reigns without Scottie Pippen and Phil Jackson. Tim Duncan spends his entire career with the Spurs, the most successful franchise post Jordan's Bulls. Wilt Chamberlain gets to play with Jerry West, the logo, and Elgin Baylor, who was at his peak in LA and averaged 35 points, 17 rebounds, and 4 assists. And the wildest part of their argument, they suggest Shaq motivated Kobe. So we're just ignoring 20 years of the Mamba mentality. Kobe didn't need Shaq to push him. He was the one pushing Shaq. They say Steph deserves the edge because of better shooting efficiency, more assists, and higher advanced stats like bots plus minus. But now we're nitpicking individual stats across different eras. In 1962, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points per game. In 2002, Tim Duncan averaged 25. Should we just say Wilt was twice the player Tim Duncan was? Kobe's career true shooting 55%, and league average during his era was 53%. Curry's true shooting 62%, in the most spacing-friendly era ever. And if efficiency is the gold standard now, then explain this. Larry Bird had a career field goal percentage of 49%, Wilt Chamberlain 54%, Kobe higher than them both at 55%. Bird and Wilt made the top 10, so why is efficiency suddenly a Kobe problem? Here's my theory. Kobe has the most misses in NBA history, and people hold that against him. But let's be honest, whether it's shooting efficiency, advanced stats, MVPs, reigns, you can't pick and choose when a metric matters. You can't say it's important for Kobe, but ignore it for others. The only fair way to judge greatness is by looking at the totality of a player's career and the era they played in. Bill Russell won 11 championships, but he played in a league with 8 teams where every team made the playoffs. Kareem won his first reign with Oscar Robertson, one of the greatest point guards of all time, then went 9 years without winning in his athletic prime until he joined Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers, one of the most dominant dynasties in all of sports history. Larry Bird, he has fewer championships, fewer All-NBA selections, and fewer All-Defensive nods than many top 10 players. And his first 4 seasons averaged just 19 points on 30% shooting. You want to talk about playoff struggles? Let's rewind to 1984. A young Lakers point guard, Magic Johnson. In Game 2, he dribbled out the clock in a tie game. The Lakers lost in overtime. In Game 4, he had a pass stolen late, then missed both free throws in overtime. The Lakers lost again. In Game 7, with everything on the line, Magic turned the ball over twice in the final 90 seconds. Series over, Celtics win. But do we call Magic a choker? Do we say you can't rely on him to win? Of course not, because he went on to lead the Lakers to 3 more championships after that. So why is Kobe Bryant judged differently? He's won 5 titles, went to 7 finals, made 15 All-NBA teams, 12 All-Defensive teams, and scored more career points than everyone on the list except Kareem and LeBron. When you step back, when you look at the full body of work, Kobe's resume holds up against anyone in NBA history. At some point, we have to stop cherry-picking stats, stop moving goalposts. Kobe Bryant is not just a 5-time champion. He's one of the most skilled scorers the league has ever seen, one of the fiercest competitors in sports history. No, he wasn't perfect, but no one else on the top 10 is either. Leaving him off isn't just disrespect, it's revisionist history. Kobe Bryant is a top 10 player. End of story.
Kobe up against Jared Jack once again. To the free throw line on the fall away for the lead. Yes! 3 seconds to play.